Hello, everyone. This is Amardeep Mishra, your aptitude and soft skills trainer. And with this video, I'm again back to you. And this video is the continuation of the number system topic. And this is the video on aptitude. And in this video, I am going to discuss about the concept of trailing zeros, what trailing zeros are exactly, and also how to find out the number of trailing zeros in any factorial. Okay, so we are going to look into these things in this video. So without any further delay, let me share my screen with you. Just hold on for a while. Okay, so here we are. Fine. So in this session, we are going to discuss about the concept of trailing zeros, how to count trailing zeros. So, okay, so to begin with, let me tell you what trailing zeros are exactly. So, talking about trailing zeros. Okay, so suppose I have a number 10000080000. We have got this number. Okay, so in this number, if I ask you that how many zeros are there in this number, so easily you can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Total, we have 7 zeros. But the problem is these are the zeros which are coming in between this number. We don't have, when it comes to aptitude and when the examiner asks you that count the number of zeros, then you will not be counting these zeros. Okay, so trailing zeros are those zeros which are coming at the end of any given expression or any number. So here these four zeros are nothing but the trailing zeros. Okay, these four zeros are trailing zeros. So we have got four trailing zeros in this number. Fine. So we can also write this number like this: 10008 into 10 to the power 4. Obviously we can write it because you can write this number like this: 10008 into 10,000, and this 10,000 can be written as 10 raised to the power 4. So we can say that the number of trailing zeros are 4 in this number, and also the maximum power of 10 is what? That is 4. So the number of trailing zeros and the maximum power of 10 is nothing but the same question. Fine. If the examiner asks you that what is the maximum power of 10 in this expression or in this number, then you can find out the number of trailing zeros, and that will be the same answer. Okay. Let me give you an example. In any expression, if you have to find out the number of trailing zeros or the maximum power of 10, so basically 10 is formed of two numbers, two prime numbers. 10 is composed of two prime numbers. One is 2 and another is 5. Fine. 10 equals to 2 into 5. So whenever in the question you have to find out the number of trailing zeros or the maximum power of 10, there you have to count the number of 2's and the number of 5's, because a 10 is formed of 1 2 and 1 5. So ultimately you are supposed to count the number of 2 and the number of 5. Then only you will be able to tell that how many number of zeros or how many tens are there. I mean, what is the maximum power of 10 is there in that expression. Okay, let me give you an example. So for example, let's say you have got 2 raised to the power 8 into 5 to the power 4 into 5,000 into 10,000. Let's say we have got this expression. Okay, and now for this expression you have to find out the number of trailing zeros. Okay, so how would we proceed for that? So for that you will have to count the number of 2's and the number of 5's individually, because then only you will be able to form 10. So we have got 8 number of 2's here, and this 5,000 can be written as 5 into 1,000. Okay, so and this is nothing but this is 10 raised to the power 4. So 4 zeros we have got here in this 10,000 and 3 zeros we have got here. So 3 and 4, 7 zeros already we have got in this expression. Okay, apart from these, we have to count that how many more number of 10, okay, how many more zeros we can have in this expression apart from these 7 zeros. Okay, so we have the power of 2 8 over here, the power of 5 is 4 over here, and we have 1 5 also here. So you can say 2 raised to the power 8 into 5 to the power this 4 and 1 5. Okay, so you will have 4 plus 1, 5 number of 5s. So 5 to the power will be 5. Okay, now guys, look at this thing very carefully. If I want to get the total number of 10 with the help of these 2 and these 5, we have got 8 number of 2s and we have got 5 number of 5s. Okay, so now what we'll have to do, we will have to break the power of 2 according to the power of 5. The power of 5 is what? 5. The power of 5 is 5. So the power of 2, which is 8, 8 can be broken as 5 plus 3. Fine. Into 5 to the power 5 into 10 raised to the power 7. Clear? Now this can further be written as 2 raised to the power 5 into 2 raised to the power 3 into 5 to the power 5 into 10 raised to the power 7. Now, this 2 raised to the power 5 and 5 to the power 5 can be written together with each other. So, this can be written as 2 into 5 to the power 5 into this will be your 2 cube into 10 raised to the power 7. Fine. So now this will become nothing but a 10. Okay, 10 raised to the power 5 into 2 cube into 10 raised to the power 7. So these 10, we have got 7 10 over here and we have got 5 10s over here. So in total we'll have 10 raised to the power 10 raised to the power 5 plus 7, which is 10 raised to the power 12. So we have got 12 number of trailing zeros, or the maximum power of 10 is 12 in this expression. Got it? And this 2 cube is can be written here separately. There is no use of this 2 cube now while finding out the power of 10. So this is left. So the maximum power of 10 is what? It is 12. But guys, this is a very, very simple kind of a question. These kind of questions will not be asked in your examination. So what they are going to ask, they'll be asking the questions like these. Suppose they ask you that what is the maximum power of 10 in 100 factorial, or how many number of trailing zeros we have got in this number, which is 100 factorial. So now here we are introducing the concept of factorials. Okay, so what do we mean by a factorial? So this n factorial, this is the sign of factorial. Okay, so we read it like n factorial. So n factorial can be written as 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 up to n minus 1 into n. This is how it can be written. Fine. Starting from the first natural number, and then you kept on multiplying all the consecutive natural numbers until the value of n, which is there. So suppose, let's say we have 10 factorial. We can write it like 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 into 6 into 7, 8, 9, 10. Fine. So now this is what we mean by factorial. Okay, so guys, so now you have to find out what is the maximum power of 10, or how many number of trailing zeros we have in 100 factorial. But before going to this question, let us take a smaller number, which is this 10 factorial. So let's count the number of trailing zeros in 10 factorial. So for counting the number of trailing zeros, which is the power of 10, we will have to count the number of 2s and the number of 5s, obviously, because 10 is what? 10 is the combination of 2 and 5. So in this factorial, how many number of 2s we have? Let's count. First 2 here. This 4 is what? This is 2 square. This is 2 into 3. So 1, 2 we have got here, here, here. This is 2 cube. So 3 number of 2s we have got here. This 10. 10 is what? 2 into 5. Okay. So 1, 2 we have got here. So total number of 2s we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have got 8 number of 2s here in factorial 10. Clear? Now let's count the number of 5s. So we have got first 5 over here. We have got second 5 over here. So the total number of 5s will be 2. Okay. So the maximum power of 5 is 2, 5 square. So now very easily you can say this thing, that the number of trailing zeros or the maximum power of 10 will be what? It will be 2, because the power of 5 is less and the power of 2 is more. Okay. So ultimately, if I break down the power of 2, it can be broken as 2 raised to the power 6 plus 2 into 5 to the power 2, which again can be, which again could be further broken as 2 raised to the power 6 into 2 raised to the power 2 into 5 raised to the power 2. So these two can be taken together, and 2 raised to the power 6 is left alone, and these two will form a 10, which is, then the power will be 10, 2. The power will be 2. Okay, so 10 square. So we have got two number of 10 over here. Clear? So guys, what I'm trying to say here is there is no need to solve this question. There is no need to use all these steps in between to get this answer, which is 10 to the power 2. Okay, we can just use our common sense, and we can look at, we can compare the power of 2 and the power of 5. Whichever power is less, that is ultimately going to give you the answer. Because with the help of common sense, we can say this thing, that at most we can have only two number of tens. Why? Because the power of 2 is more, it is 8, and the power of 5 is 2. So how many more 2s we could require to make the number of tens? Obviously we have got only two number of 5s. So from here also, from 2 also, from 2 raised to the power 8, we require only two number of 2s. So we will ultimately be getting how many number of tens? 2 tens. Okay, so the maximum power of 10 will be 2 only. The number of trailing zeros in factorial 10 are 2. We have got 2 trailing zeros. Fine. So guys, there's one more thing which I would like to tell you, that in any factorial number, okay, may it be any factorial number, we're talking about your 10 factorial. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What I'm trying to say is, if you keep on increasing the value of prime number, okay, if you keep on increasing the value of prime number in any factorial, its frequency of occurrence will keep on decreasing. So the power, so we counted the number of 2s. We have 8 number of 2s in factorial 10. Okay, now let's count the number of 3s. So first 3 over here we have got second 3 over here, which is 2 into 3. We have got two number of 3s more over here, which is 3 square. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We have got 4 number of 3s. Okay, so now let's count how many 5s we have. We had already seen earlier that we have got 2 5s, 5 square, and we have got 7 to the power 1. We have got only 1 7. So you can see very clearly, it is visible that if we with the increasing value of prime number, its power is decreasing. You can see the value of prime number is increasing, 2, 3, 5, and 7, and its power is decreasing, 8, 4, 2, and 1. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that in any factorial number, the power of 2 is maximum as compared to the power of all the other prime numbers in that factorial. Getting my point? So here the shortcut is, in to find out the number of zeros or number of trailing zeros or the maximum power of 10 in any factorial number, the deciding number will be 5, because the power of 5 is always less as compared to the power of 2 in any factorial. Okay, again I'm repeating, the power of 5 will be deciding that how many number of trailing zeros you will have in that factorial. Getting my point? So here you do not need to calculate the number of 2s. You only have to find out that how many 5s we have. Okay, how many 5s we have. That will ultimately give you that how many 10s we have. I mean, the maximum power of 10. Okay. And that will eventually give you, that will ultimately give you the maximum number of trailing zeros, that how many trailing zeros we have in that factorial. So let's say we have to find out the number of trailing zeros in 100 factorial. So for counting the number of trailing zeros, the deciding number is what? 5, and 5 is a prime number. So the shortcut is the guys, the problem is if you keep on counting, see, 100 factorial is a very large number. It is like 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 into 6 into 7 into, up to 99 into 100. So there will be so many numbers of twos and so many numbers of fives in between. So if you keep on counting just like that on finger, it will be very cumbersome and very time consuming for you to count the number of fives. So it is suggested that you should go for the shortcut, the short trick. And the shortcut is, for finding out the number of trailing zeros, you will have to find the maximum power of 5. And the rule for 5 is just write down the number which is there in the factorial and divide this number by 5. Okay, you will get 20 as a quotient you get. Now again divide this 20 by 5, you got 4. Now if you further divide this 4 by 5, you will get a decimal number which is 0.8, which is not acceptable. We will stop dividing now. So 20 first quotient, it is first quotient. Okay, and 4 is your second quotient. So what you have to do, you simply have to add these two quotients, first quotient plus second quotient. You will get 20 plus 4, this is 24. So you have got 24 number of trailing zeros in 100 factorial. Got it? And guys, please remember, please keep this thing in your mind, that this shortcut, this rule is only applicable for the prime numbers. Okay, I am asking you that how many number of zeros you have, what is the maximum power of 10, but ultimately 5 is the deciding number. That is why you're dividing 100 by 5, not by 10. You cannot divide 100 by 10. If I'm asking you what is the maximum power of 10 in 100 factorial, you cannot divide this 100 by 10. No, never. Why? This rule is not for the composite number, because 10 is a composite number. So we cannot apply this rule for 10. Okay, we will be applying this particular rule only for the prime numbers. Got it? So so the maximum power of 10 from here is 24, we can say. So ultimately what you have found out, the maximum power of 5, which is 24. And this is telling you that what is the maximum power of 10 in this expression, I mean in this factorial. So the maximum power of 10 is 24, and this is nothing but the number of trailing zeros. So we have got 24 trailing zeros in 100 factorial. Okay, so similarly, let's say for example I take 121 factorial. Okay, now finding out the maximum power of 10 or the number of trailing zeros in 121 factorial. Fine. So what we will do, again we will divide by it by 5. 121 by 5, I will get 5 2s are 5 4s are 20.2, 24.2. Okay, this is what we are going to get. But this is a decimal number, and this 0.2 is the decimal part of this number. We will only consider the integer part, the integral part. Okay, so now this is the first quotient, 24. Now for the further division, in the next step you will divide 24 only, 24 by 5. You will not divide 24.2. Why? Because you have ignored this decimal part, 0.2. So 24 by 2, again you will get how much? 5 4s are 20 and 5 8s are 40. You will again you will have to ignore this 8.8, and you will only take this integer part, which is 4. Okay, so 24 plus 4. Now add these two integer part, 24 plus 4, you have got 28. So the maximum power of 5 is 28, or you can say the maximum power of 10 is what? 28. And this is also these are the number of trailing zeros you have in this 121 factorial. I hope guys this thing is clear to all of you. Okay, so I'm giving you two more questions. First is 50 factorial plus 100 factorial. And second question is 50 factorial into 100 factorial. Okay, factorial. So what you have to do, you have to find out the number of trailing zeros for these two factorials. Okay, and everything I have explained you already in this video, that how you have to count the number of trailing zeros. The concept is with you, the logic is with you. Now you simply have to apply that concept and find out the number of trailing zeros or the maximum power of 10 in these two. So this is it for today's session. Thank you so much for watching this video. And I hope that if you have watched this video very carefully, the concept of how to find out the number of trailing zeros would have been completely clear to you. And yeah, thank you so much. And if you actually like this video, then please do give it a thumbs up, a big thumbs up, like it. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, then please do subscribe to it right now, because in coming future, I'm going to upload more and more useful videos for the students who are preparing for their campus placement, for the students who are preparing for eLitmus or AMCAT. So these videos are going to be a great help for all of you guys. Okay, so thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much.